Welcome back to another fly tying video. What you see in the vise is a pattern from George Barron's book, At the End of the Line. This is found on page 49 and it is a RA Kate McLaren. Hope you enjoy the video. Let's get on the fly tying. In the vise is a Fario FBL 301 bronze size 12 and the thread I'm using is Simplify Classic Wax 12/0 in black. To start the fly off, I'm going to catch the thread in just behind the hook eye, add a few turns in and take the tag section off. I'm then going to trap in a piece of silver flat tinsel. I'm going to work the thread down the hook shank all the way into the bend and back up. Because I'm using the rotary function on my vise, I'm just going to put in a few extra turns of thread just so it kind of undoes as I work that up, like so. I'll trap in the tag section and trim off. The tail is dyed red, golden pheasant, tippet. And take a few strands or a few fibres, place them on top and trap them in. With any arrow long pieces, I'll just take them all the way now. For the ribbing, I'm using Simplify 0.2 silver wire, or 0.2mm silver wire. I was going to start to trap that in on the underbelly of the hook. I need to backtrack a little bit, just so I can alter the length, like so. And I'm just going to add my thread wraps all the way back up towards the hook eye and down again. When I get to this point, I'm just going to pull the wire and the tail back and just work my thread back down to where the bend begins. The dubbing is a 90-10 mix of dyed red, or dyed black and dyed red seal's fur. So I'm just going to offer up to the thread, create a nice tight dubbing needle. And I've got the dubbing needle nice and tight in place. Slide it up to the body of the fly, onto the hook shank, and then I can anchor that in and add dubbing, like so. If I need a little bit more, I can add it as I go along. You peel all those fibres back, like so. The body hackle is black hen, and I'm using Whiting's genetic black hen for this. There's a few turns in, so I've already done some prep work to the hackle. Again, nice and tight. Now I'm going to take my hackle pliers. I'm going to use the rotary function of the vise, so you will notice that as I do this, the thread is going to wrap on to the hook shank, like so. So just bear that in mind. So in that situation there where I've broken the hackle tip with my hackle pliers, you want to just kind of keep wrapping, otherwise you're going to end up wrapping the thread or the bobbin all the way up to the hook shank. So do bear that in mind if you're using a rotary function like I do. So a few turns in up front, slide that under, catch it in with the wire, just remove those extra thread wraps, and then just do the same again there and trap the wire in. Okay, I'm going to go in, snip off that tag section, run a bit of Velcro through the fly, right. The final hackle is a feather from the shoulder of a cape of a hen, a Greenwell's hen. So I've already done a bit of prep work to that. Simply trap it in. Just a quick tip, when you are tying with these type of feathers, you'll see there the radius of the feather is relatively thin, and it goes dramatically thicker quite quickly. That's usually the kind of sweet spot that I like to work with. And I like to tie on the big heavy section, the big thick section. So I'll wear those fibers, draw them back. I'm just going to add in a few turns that you're going to get out of that feather. You're probably only going to get 2, 2.5, sometimes 3 of that type of feather. You won't get many out of many turns out of that. A couple of turns, really make sure it's trapped in. Get a bit of wax on that. So work that back, and then we'll finish forward. Tidy up. There you have your finished fly. Hope you've enjoyed that.